70% of the Earth's surface is water. Only 1% of that water is usable. On top of that, 1/6 of the world population, 1.1 billion people, do not have access to safe water. 2.4 billion lack in sanitation. Each year, there are 250 million cases of water-related diseases and 5 to 10 million deaths.
One place being affected by the absence of fresh water is Kiabarye, a town in Africa. Recently, a well was installed so that access to clean water was available. Many other towns and communities around Africa are under the same conditions. Many of the wells that have been and are being installed are sponsored by the Water Project. The Water Project is a non-profit organization that builds wells in communities that don't have access to fresh water.
Many people can build a well in a developing country, but the Water Project goes one step further. Instead of building a well and leaving it, they check up on the well and make needed repairs if anything went wrong with it. They do this to maintain the clean water in which they provide these developing nations. Doing this takes time, commitment, and the end result of seeing the smiles on people's faces. Well, that's definitely worth it. But before the well can be added, we need to make sure that the community the well is placed in desires and is committed to get the clean water they have reached for so long. The community needs to help draw up schemes for their very own well and help build it. After determining that, the community still needs to be educated on hygiene and sanitation before putting in the well.
In India, the Water Project has also built several wells to help out communities. Reddyman, Gudi, Gandhinagar, and then Arasur village are some of the communities that now have a well to provide access to clean water. Some of India's rivers are the only place to get water, but those rivers are highly polluted. The reason that the rivers and the fresh water are so polluted is that companies are sending their factories and product plants over to India, which is using a lot of that water. Coca-Cola is one of these companies sending product plants over to India. The problem with these new plants is that they take up so much of India's precious and limited water source that there isn't enough for everyone else. The water that they don't use for their production, they end up polluting by dumping their waste into fields, which gets into the groundwater. The water has been found to contain traces of cadmium and lead. There have been several lawsuits against Coca-Cola, ending in the product plants shutting down.